Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Central Indiana sports fans, whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report. Thank you so much for doing so. I'm your host, Greg Mengel, and you are listening to Greg and his friends talk sports. It's my new daily podcast centering on Central Indiana sports, 10 to 20 minutes every day, sometime between 12:01 a.m. and 6 p.m. I'm talking about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about. Coming up, the Pacers took a loss in Atlanta Monday afternoon. I talked with our Pacers guy Mike Rich about the positives and the negatives of the loss. And after the daily report, we'll hear from our Fever guy John Robertson and his daughter Casey, who were at the game and had an adventure getting there. Also, the first IU-Purdue basketball game of the year is tonight. I'll have a preview and get IU alum and Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader sports editor Michelle Garmon's thoughts on the matchup. Our IU guys Grant Schaus and Mike Hutzel and our Purdue guy Jake Dunn, plus producer Susie and I have made our predictions. We did that on Monday on a special IU-Purdue report crossover. Please go check that out. Mike Rich and Michelle Garmon will make their predictions coming up later in this show. Thanks so much for joining me and my friends. We will be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the day after that and so on, and you get what I'm saying. And now to your daily report for Monday, January 26, 2026. Nice performance Monday afternoon by the shorthanded Indiana Pacers in Atlanta. In the end, though, it wasn't enough, and a 132-116 loss that drops their record to 11-36. The Pacers led by 4 at the end of the first quarter and at the half, and then a 21-10 run to start the second half had the Pacers up 85-70, and that's where the fun ended. The Hawks outscored the Pacers 52-21 the rest of the way. Pascal Siakam led the Pacers with a game-high 26 points and a team-best 9 rebounds. I talked to Mike Rich about Pascal's all-star prospects coming up here in just a second. Aaron Nesmith had a great game with 18 points and 4 assists. Andrew Nembhard had 6 points and 13 assists and 5 rebounds. Jarris Walker had another really nice game with 12.7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals. Also, one of TJ McConnell's best performances of the year. He finished with 16 points. He was 7 for 11 from the field and finished with 3 assists. The big news was it was Benedict Matherin's return from a thumb injury, and he looked good. He was 6 for 10 and scored 16 points off the bench in his return. Here is our Pacers guy, Mike Rich, with his thoughts on the Pacers' loss. Mike Rich is back here to talk some Pacers 132-116 loss today in Atlanta, Mike. And as you and I have talked about throughout the year, it was kind of one of those days where it kind of went just right. The guys who are going to be part of the team going forward looked really good, and they lost, so they're keeping their draft status. So good outing today for the Pacers in Atlanta.
Definitely can't complain. Like you said, good performance by the people we want to keep, and also keeps us in position for one of those top 4 or 5 picks. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all, and we'll know pretty soon, Mike, if Pascal Siakam is going to be an all-star, and he just keeps playing like it. He's, again, they have 11 wins in 47 games. With the new way that they're doing the all-star team, it's going to be really tough for him to make it, but he certainly is an all-star, whether he makes the team or not.
He's played like one all year. He's been very consistent. I don't even know what he's averaging. He's probably close to 25 points a game, isn't he?
23.8.
26 points. Did he get 26 today?
26 today. Really good.
Just consistent and durable and dependable, and everything you want in a player. I mean, he's been that. I think he's a leader in the locker room. I think he is riding this season out and just continues to perform and have the best season of his life.
And we know what we're getting from TJ McConnell. He was fantastic today, 16 points. Andrew Nimhard had 13 assists. Neesmith was fantastic. The two I want to talk about right now, first, Jarris Walker. Really big first half again today. What I really like from him, 12 points. That's fine. Only 8 shots, so a point and a half per field goal attempt is a good offensive outing. 7 rebounds, 3 assists. That's been missing from his game for a while. And 5 steals, and love his defense. Looks like Jarris Walker's starting to turn into a guy, right?
Again, I hope so. I hope he continues to evolve and continues to get better. And again, he's getting the opportunity to get the playing time against good teams, against good competition. And you're starting to see what we were hoping for.
And then, of course, the other one, Benedict Mathurin back. Really good day today, 16.6 of 10 shooting. And in unrelated news, Mike, the trade deadline is 10 days away.
10 days away, so he's got, 4 more games?
Very good chance he'll still be on the Pacers when this ends. He just won't be next year. But if there is somebody at the trade deadline, it's very likely to be Benedict Mathurin.
I think the Pacers are going to have to take the calls for that. I don't know if they're calling anybody to trade him, but I think they'll accept calls and see what teams might offer.
Mike's our Pacers guy, but he's also a Purdue Boilermakers fan. He and I grew up in the midst of the greatest time of the IU-Purdue rivalry in history. Mike, your prediction for Tuesday night's game, 9 o'clock on Peacock, the Boilermakers in Bloomington. What are we going to see?
They're going to snap this losing streak and win by, I say, 10 to 12 points.
Purdue by 10 to 12 on Tuesday night. Mike, thanks so much for your time as always. Appreciate it, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Anytime.
Everybody listen to Mike Rich every Monday on the Pacers Report. Just released one yesterday. Go check it out. Talk to you soon. Thanks again to Mike Rich. Next 4 games for the Pacers are at home. Wednesday against the Bulls is the next game. Then the return visit of the Atlanta Hawks on Saturday. They start February against Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets on Monday, February 2nd. Then the next day, Utah is in town. Mike will be here on this podcast to talk about it after all of those games. And make sure you check out his Pacers Report every Monday. A couple of local and national headlines before we move on to Tuesday's preview and the IU-Purdue game. Something I forgot to mention with the Fever schedule release. It actually starts on April 25th in New York and at the Fieldhouse on Thursday, April 30th against Dallas in 2 preseason games. And the regular season kicks off May 9th at 1 o'clock at home at the Fieldhouse in beautiful downtown Indianapolis against the Dallas Wings. And some national headlines from Monday. 2 games in college basketball Monday. 2 of the top 3 NBA draft prospects and 4 potential draft lottery picks and possibly a future Pacer at the draft on June 24th. First, number 4 Duke bombed Louisville 83-52 behind 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists from the potential number 1 pick Cameron Boozer. If you're watching on YouTube, I put some video of Boozer in the background. He's one of the most skilled freshmen I've ever seen. Louisville freshman Michael Brown, expected to be a lottery pick, had 7 points and was 1 for 13 from the field. Next, number 1 Arizona remained unbeaten, holding off another potential number 1 overall pick, A.J. Debonsa, and number 13 BYU, 86-83. Debonsa finished with 24 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds, but was 6 for 24 from the field. and missed a potential game-tying three-pointer with about 10 seconds left. Another potential lottery pick for Arizona, Koa Pete, had 10 points. The best player on the floor for the number one Wildcats was Jaden Bradley, who was 10 for 15 for 26 points, 3 assists and 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. As of right now, Arizona is the team to beat in March. The Seahawks opened as a 3.5-point favorite, and it immediately shot to 4.5. It's gone to as high as 5, but has settled at 4.5 as of 4:32 on Tuesday morning. The Seahawks' only Super Bowl championship came in 2014. The Patriots have won championships in 2001, 3 and 4, 2015, 17, and 19. The 2015 win was a 28-24 win over the Seahawks in an absolute classic, maybe the best one ever played. Great game from start to finish. Check out Will Rutherford's Strictly Biased podcast, his reaction to the conference championships and the Super Bowl matchups. That was released just a few hours ago. Another NFL note, Phillip Rivers has reportedly removed his name from the list of potential Buffalo Bills head coaches. I really hope his playing days are done as well. And the first event for UFC and Paramount Plus was reportedly a huge success. Paramount Plus announced that Saturday's debut on the app averaged over 5 million viewers for UFC 324. I'll talk with Hanson Crafton about it on this week's Fight Report. And a look ahead to Tuesday, Game 1 between Purdue and Indiana in the 25-26 season, and it's in Bloomington tonight. Number 12 Purdue is favored by 4.5 points on the road, despite losing their last 2 games at UCLA and at home against Illinois. Indiana beat Rutgers Friday to end a 4-game losing streak and is now 13-7. Purdue leads the all-time series 128-93 and has won 13 of the last 17 in the series, but the Hoosiers won the last one last February in Bloomington 73-58 by outscoring the Boilermakers 48-21 in the second half. Here's Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader sports editor and IU alum Michelle Garmon's thoughts and her prediction for Tuesday. Well, we've gotten predictions from our Purdue guy Jake Dunn, from our IU guys Grant Schaus and Mike Hutzel. We've got our prediction from producer Susie and from Mike Rich. Now it's time to get it from IU alum Michelle Garmon. Michelle, how you feeling about IU so far this season?
Oh, I'm fine with it. I know some people have been disappointed. They've lacked consistency, yes, but as a brand new team you're bringing together, they've had some good performances. They've had some stretches where they haven't. But I like the fact that for the most part, I think maybe in all but one game, they've been competitive. And that's something you could not say the last 8 years.
I think people are underestimating the fact that they have, 13 wins with a brand new roster. I know it's a new world and it's a little easier to do that now, but you got to like where Darren DeVries has the program at this point.
Yeah, I do like what he's done, where it's at. I think IU's biggest detriment to this point is they don't really truly have a big man, and I think that's what's hurt them. Somebody consistently that's a threat inside and on the boards and everything. And I'll tell you what, the Wilkerson kid has been so fun to watch. I'm glad he made his way to IU just so people have gotten to see him in his game, because I think he's a pretty good player that I don't think people really knew about.
One thing that Purdue has struggled doing is stopping really good perimeter players from having big nights from behind the three-point line. Wilkerson's definitely capable of doing that. Do you feel like IU has a chance to win this game, Michelle?
Oh, I do think they have a chance. I think for the first time all year, this IU team is going to find out what makes Assembly Hall so special. That environment, the electricity, it's rocking. It's going to be rocking tomorrow. Coach Signetti and members of the national champion football team are going to be there, and that trophy's going to be there. They're going to be hyped, and it's Purdue, so that just adds to it.
And win or lose, you guys are still feeling okay, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Yes, we are. We are. National championship in football has a lot of carryover. I'm feeling pretty good, really, about this IU basketball season. I think they can get the ship right. They just need a little bit more consistency. I like the fact that Nick Dorn, I think, has finally settled into his role and with the team. I like it. I like where the program is headed. DeVries has got some good recruits, bringing in some more recruits to try to get. It's all today. He's winning a national championship in football is great for the whole athletic department at Indiana University, and I believe that. I believe those kind of things invaluable to you. You can recruit basketball kids in October at a football game and it be exciting. Right. In the past, you couldn't really do that.
That is correct. It could definitely have spillover in that way. Michelle, you've watched an awful lot of Purdue basketball this year as well. What's your final score, or you don't like the final score? What's your prediction? What's going to happen on Tuesday night?
Okay, here's my prediction. It's going to center around two players. If Fletcher Lawyer overcomes his perimeter shooting woes and Trey Kaufman-Renn, they get the ball inside to Trey Kaufman-Renn, who can get IU into foul trouble. If those two step up for Purdue, the Boilermakers win. But if they don't, I like IU's chances just because I like their chances with the three-point shooting and the extra electricity that's going to be in Assembly Hall.
So which is it going to be? What's your prediction?
Well, I don't like to pick against IU, but I do know Purdue's also going to be angry. Matt Painter's squads have always played pretty well in Assembly Hall. Purdue's lost 2 straight. I won't be surprised if Purdue wins a close one. I don't think it will be a blowout.
I'll let you off the hook there, Michelle, only because you are the great Michelle Garmon. Michelle, thank you so much for your time, and going to be fun on Tuesday night. Don't forget to boil her up.
No, never daunted. We are never daunted.
Everyone's going to just have to boil her up on Tuesday night. Quick note about the IU report. We did an IU-Purdue preview, so we're going to move the IU report back a day or two, get a reaction from Tuesday night's game, and talk about the new football schedule for 2026, which is expected to be released on Tuesday. Just before the Hoosiers and Boilermakers, unbeaten and number 5 Nebraska visits 18-1 and third-ranked Michigan in what should be a great game. And at 6:30 on FS1, it's number 7 Michigan State at Rutgers. In Indiana, 9-12 Indiana State visits Illinois, Chicago. The Flames are 11-10. In women's college basketball Tuesday, Purdue Fort Wayne hosts Robert Morris in a big Horizon League game. The Mastodons and Colonials are tied for second place in the league. Purdue Fort Wayne is 13-8. Robert Morris is 14-6. And now you know everything I know about Central Indiana sports. Please stay tuned for John and Casey Robertson on their trip to Atlanta to see the Pacers. Joined now by John and Casey Robertson, who have had quite an adventure to Atlanta to watch the Pacers play on Monday, a little earlier than they expected when they made the trip, but it's been a successful trip, right, John? Right, Casey?
Oh, yeah, it's been a ton of fun. We've had a lot of fun. And actually, the time change worked in our benefit because we had some things we wanted to go see. We were kind of going to go rush to do them and get back for the game, but this way we went to the game and then went and did the stuff we wanted to do.
Casey, tell me what's been the most interesting part of the trip to you?
Oh, wow. The most interesting part of the trip, definitely the drive down. It was crazy. Down
Yeah.
in, what was it, Nashville?
It was
Giant whiteout.
just north of Nashville. The roads were definitely snowy. Not like Indiana bad snowy, but there was probably slushy and probably only one lane that was actually good for driving. But the whiteout was the scary part, and like the people in Tennessee did not have any clue how to deal with it. We saw at least 2 cars that just tried to hit the gas and got sideways in the middle of the interstate and just tailgating each other when you definitely need a good extra distance for stuff. You know what I mean? It's just bad,
Right, yeah.
bad snow drivers.
As
To
you would
me,
expect.
yeah, to me, it was no big deal. We do it every winter. It's the whatever, but a little tense. Um, yeah, but the drive was fine. Like we left a day early. We were supposed to leave on Sunday, and then we decided to just call the hotel and see if we could get an extra night on Saturday night. And we left early to try and beat everything. And I think we beat the worst of it. I don't know how bad it's going to be getting home.
We hope you make it home.
Yeah.
Why are you making this trip?
So we're trying to see the Pacers play at every arena at some point in our lives. That was just a goal we came up with several years ago, a few years ago. This is arena number 9 for us. We try to average about 2 a year. So this year we planned Atlanta. We were going to go to California, but then the timing was weird, and I was going to have to take 4 days off of work to do it. And because we were going to be able to hit Clippers, Lakers, but it was the middle of the week games. So we said, we'll just drive to Atlanta. And then we'd planned it and booked everything. And then the snowstorm news started coming, and we said, well, we're just going anyway.
Hey, because of the snowstorm, I have perfect attendance.
Yeah, so actually it works out really great. I had put in for 2 personal days, and she put in for, I was going to miss school. And now we've been doing virtual e-learning, and I've been teaching from the hotel room.
Wow.
Or at the game, I was answering emails for students while we were at the game. So it actually worked out perfectly.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just our goal. We get a little mini basketball at every game we go to, or we're building the wall of basketball. So we'll put the game date and the score on here, and we'll both sign it and just stick it on the wall. And hope when we're done, we'll have 30 of them.
And JC, you got a Hawks jersey, I hear.
I got a Hawks hoodie.
Oh, a Hawks hoodie. Very cool.
You could show Greg what it looks like.
Yeah,
people on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
A peach Hawks hoodie. It has the peach tree word mark on it and the Hawks logo.
Very cool.
Yeah,
of course, for those who don't know, Peachtree is part of is a big area in Atlanta.
It's their city jerseys this year, black with peach trim. I honestly, of all the city jerseys this year, theirs is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I like it. But the game was cool. The arena was really nice. We rode Lime scooters to the arena from our hotel. Originally, I was going to stay at the Omni, which is connected to the arena. But for whatever reason, there's a convention in town. So the hotel prices there were $600 a night, and I wasn't really trying to spend that much money. So we stayed at somewhere nice, but it was about a mile away from the arena. So today we got Lime scooters and rode towards where we thought this arena was, and we got lost, and then we had to just call Uber anyway. But I tell you what, it's so much fun just to have these adventures with my kid, and the Pacers are the foundation of it, though, because we go to Pacer games, and that's the reason to go see cities and parts for her to see the country. But she's been going to Pacers games with me since she was 1. She doesn't even remember it because we had season tickets back then.
So she's been baptized in Pacers. I love it. Let's talk just a little bit about the game. It was really good for about 3 quarters today.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, it started out so well. And Neesmith was crushing it, and I was wearing my Neesmith jersey because he played so well in Oklahoma City the other night. And Matherin was back, and Casey was wearing her Matherin jersey, even though she didn't know he was going to play today, and then he ended up playing. And man, he was playing really well. I think one of 2 things is going on with Matherin. Either he's trying to really earn minutes, or he's trying to make a case for why somebody else should pay him some money to be on their team. Like, I don't know which one it is. I like having him here. I know you think he doesn't necessarily fit, but he was playing pretty solid basketball today.
Yeah, no one ever said he wasn't a very good player. That's for sure. Hey, what are your thoughts on Micah Potter?
Trash.
Casey face was. I called him the your tank insurance today.
Yeah,
He was that bad. He was that bad.
He's off. Like, the Pacers as a team played pretty well, and then fourth quarter came around and they made sure he stayed in the game.
But John, he has been really pretty good all year. Today was a really bad game for him.
I don't know. I'd rather have.
At least it's not Tommy Bradley.
Well, that's fair. That was fair, but he wasn't good today at all. He was not good. He just doesn't look like a basketball player to me. He looks like a big dude just out there lumbering around missing shots. But when he took 2 threes in a row, like, he missed the first one so bad, and then they rebound. Somebody made a really good rebound, and then it swung back around to him, and he took the exact same shot again
and missed almost as bad. The second
missed just as badly. I was like, oh god. And, like, the fans around us were fun and nice, and I liked them, so it wasn't a big deal. But, like, they really were razzing us at that point. I mean, I don't want them taking that shot either, guys. The guy behind us was calling him a YMCA player.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not far from true. That's how kind of the injuries have forced the Pacers to make some roster moves like that.
Well, Casey and I were discussing, and my theory is, like, I don't think they're really tanking, but I don't think they mind losing. It just doesn't feel like I don't think they have that fire in the end of the game.
Exactly right.
They did versus Oklahoma City on, what was that, Wednesday night? Like, you could tell they wanted that one just to prove a point. Like, you could just see it in them. They wanted to prove a point. But tonight, they, like, came out and were playing great and having fun and doing real well. And then third quarter rolls around. Well, halfway during the third quarter, they just kind of quit playing. It's like, what is going on?
Well, everybody on this podcast has already heard from Mike Rich, but Mike Rich is here in the room with us to actually record the segment that everyone's already heard. But Mike and I like to say that today is a perfect outcome. The guys are going to be part of the team next year played really well, and that they lost, and they're sitting a lot better for the draft. So that's really good to see. If it wasn't such a good draft, we wouldn't focus on it so much, but the Pacers have a chance to potentially get the best player they've ever had. So a loss doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. No, I totally think it's fair. And I would hate to think a team would actually lose on purpose, but, like, part of me kind of wonder just the way they don't seem like the same two teams in both halves. And I know that's kind of always been a Pacers-y thing, but it's way more obvious right now that they're two different teams. So I don't know.
I don't think the players are probably thinking about anything but playing the best that they can. But with the rotations, the coaching staff, they can do some things.
I will tell you that we could hear Rick Carlisle, like, we could hear him. And I'll tell you, there was one where, like, I think it was in the second quarter, maybe. It was in the first half, where he called a timeout after Atlanta got a really easy bucket, and he just ripped them because they weren't playing defense at all. He lit them up for no defense.
How was the crowd? Were you one of the only ones there since it was 1:30 on a Monday?
What did you think, KC? It wasn't full. It wasn't full by any means, but
no.
I thought you'd be you and 10 other people.
Yeah, I'd say the arena was about halfway full.
Wow.
When we first got there was way more people than I expected because we got there right when the gates opened, and we had to wait in line for about 15 minutes to get through the gates.
Wow.
But it seemed like a lot of people like Atlanta called the day off of school, or the county or whatever called the day off of school on Saturday, not knowing what it was going to be like. So it seemed like a lot of people picked up some tickets to take their kids to the game. There's a lot of kids there, which is cool.
Yeah.
We had unlimited food and drinks because I got good seats, and I didn't even realize it came with unlimited food and drinks. So we went down underneath in the little players club, and it had a tunnel where the Hawks players came through. I mean, we didn't. So people were giving us a little bit of side eye for being Pacers fans in this Hawks club or whatever. But I already got some salmon and rice, and I got burgers and chicken tenders and fries, and I didn't drink any beer because I knew we were going to go driving afterwards. But
Good for you.
it was free beer, so I probably should have had some.
So where's this? Where's the next trip?
There's nothing else we can do this year. We already looked at the schedule, so we're only going to get this one this year. I really want to do the California double if it works out next year. That's my
California quadruple. Hopefully they'll do it at some point.
What, Sacramento
and Golden State, yeah.
See, I think I just want to just thinking budget. I think like the flights to LA were actually pretty cheap. It was like round trip. It was only like $200 per person to fly to LA, but like hotel and Lakers tickets, and then Clippers tickets weren't bad, but just all the stuff. Plus, you got to be there for a few days because there's going to be like game night, off night, game night.
That's right.
So that's my number one that I want to do. Casey has one that's her top priority, but I told her she has to wait till she's 16. I'll let her tell you about that one.
Yeah, I really want to go to Toronto because I think going to Toronto would be really cool. And they have purple in their colors and their dinosaurs. And I really like Toronto, but I need a passport.
That would be an awesome. You need a passport to Canada?
Since when? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Not since I was there.
I'll double check, but I think you do. So, yeah, Mike's saying you do. And I told her that I wasn't going to spend the money for a passport till she's 16 because she's more likely to use it from like 16 to 26 because they last 10 years. Like I said, that was much more likely to be used than 13 to 23. So, for 16th birthday, she's getting Toronto tickets. Oops, that's supposed to be a surprise.
Oh no.
Now the whole world knows.
Yeah. And then like we're gonna go to New York at some point. I don't want to, but like the last time, whenever we go to New York for the Knicks and Brooklyn games, that's the last time I'm going to New York ever again in my life. So
Madison Square Garden's number one on my list.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I have no desire, but we're gonna do it.
And I haven't been in New York City since 1993, and I'd really like to go back.
Well, I'll let you know when we're going. Might need to be sooner rather than later, depending on the politics of that place.
That's right.
I'm glad we got Minneapolis under our belts already.
Yeah, no kidding. John, Casey, thank you so much for your time. Really cool thing that you guys are doing together, and we love having you part of the Central Indiana Sports Report.
Our pleasure. And be sure and ask Casey back for some Fever stuff because she's going to be going to a lot of games this year.
Anytime.
Yeah.
You're always welcome. You're part of the team as far as I'm concerned.
Love it. Yeah, we got our season tickets, so can't wait.
Thanks, guys.
See
Everybody listen to John on the Fever Report every Sunday, and he will be on this podcast from time to time talking Fever, Pacers, NBA. He loves it all. So
I do.
Casey, thanks so much for your time, John, as always. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.